Well, hello, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great day. It is it's not Taco Tuesday. It's Thirsty Thursday. And I'm doing some work at the workshop, trying to get this kitchen cabinets all put together. And I got to go out and get some more wood here. But I don't know if you guys realize what almost happened to the Cowboys. Now, we sit here and we look at the draft, right? And we say, okay, everybody's giving us an A+, or at least an A on the draft at the moment. We'll see how they pan out, because just because you think they're going to be good before they get to the NFL doesn't mean they are good when they get to the NFL. But, first round pick, you see Booker. I kind of wanted Tyler Warren there, because like Denton said, it's a game-changing tight end. He can help with the offensive line. He could be another target and everything else. And was convinced that Tyler Booker was, the guy, and that's what we need. And we do need. You do need to build from the trenches out. Now, granted, we haven't had too much luck the last couple of years with Mozzie and Tyler Guyton coming out being, game changers like you'd like day one. But there's still hope for those guys. And then in round two, here's where you look at this and say, would we have had a great draft had we not gotten Donovan Easy? I can't do it. But word out now is where the Cowboys, this is the second time that the Cowboys had a draft trade that, thank God, it didn't go through. The last one that we heard about was the Cowboys were trying to trade up to get Paxton Lynch. Yeah, but it ended up being, I think Denver, as part of the trade, offered a 3 for the second pick, and we were looking at a 4, so we got beat out of that one. And thank God that didn't work out. And also, we were interested in trading up to get Connor Cook too. Thank God we didn't do those things, because had we done that, ooh, shit. Yeah, it would have been bad. Be that as it may, word is the Cowboys and the Steelers were talking before the draft, during the draft, about a second-round pick. A second-round pick in this year's draft. So here's where you look at this and say, had the Cowboys pulled the trigger during the draft, they would have gotten Pickens now. But it would have cost them Donovan Easy. That's literally how close. That's a knife's edge. That was a judgment call. Now, that's not to say that the Cowboys, next year's third-round draft pick, that some player might be great sitting there at 3 that we could have taken, and we end up letting George Pickens go or something like that. That's a possibility that could happen. But right at the moment, you definitely needed to get Donovan Easy. We needed more pass rushing help, without a doubt. We need a Robin. And this is the first time I will go back to Law Nation. You're listening to nothing but the best. But Law Nation, last year, when we were literally in Dallas, watching the Cowboys get mollywopped by the Eagles, it's one of those things that I will never forget that Law said. And he said, the Cowboys never draft to complement. They always draft to replace. Which is true. And you sit here and you say, when have we ever had somebody great opposite our great players? CeeDee Lamb. Okay, hey, as a rookie, you didn't know how good he was going to be. But you had Amari Cooper, and that worked out real well. You get rid of Amari Cooper and say, well, and you literally say, Well, CeeDee Lamb is just going to have to get more touches because, he's got the lion's share of the money there with that contract. Yeah, I hear what you're saying there. I hear what you're saying. However, it don't work that way, bro. It don't work that way. You still have to have others. It's up to you to figure out how to get them all on the field. So, CeeDee Lamb, if you are a defensive coordinator and you got CeeDee Lamb, Noah Brown, Cedric Wilson, Brandon Cooks, who do you look at and say, they're going to kill me? Who do I need to double cover? Every time, it's CeeDee Lamb. And so now, you got a Batman. Actually, we don't have a Batman and Robin. I think we got a Batman and a Batman. And you now look at it and say, well, you got Micah Parsons. Maybe you do have the Robin over there with him too. Because now, for the first time, you're able to add talent, potentially, that can be really, really good in a rotation of good players. So when you start saying, is it going to be easy? Is it going to be Dante Fowler? We're going to keep them fresh, and we're going to have great guys opposite Micah Parsons. So now your defensive coordinator, you've got Micah Parsons over there who can rush the hell out of the quarterback by himself with nobody else. And you say, we can double or triple team him. Bro, you might have somebody who's as good or not far from Micah Parsons on the other side that's going to be able to do damage as well. And that's where you look at this and say, for the first time, the Cowboys have been bringing in Batman and Robin together. And I couldn't be any more excited about it. But we've got expectations that are growing by leaps and bounds. And I think there's a lot of Cowboy fans that had jumped off and said, screw these Cowboys, this, that, and the other, that are jumping back on. And I'm going to still say, pump the brakes a little bit, be optimistic, but cautiously optimistic. All right? Be happy, be excited, but don't put expectations out there for it. And if I'm the Cowboys right now, I'm not looking at a rollover for next year. I'm looking to use this, and let's go ahead. We've got a breach. Let's exploit that breach. Let's go ahead, damn the torpedoes, full steam ahead. But we're the Cowboys. We don't do that. Alrighty, good people. I got to do Philly 500 in about 2 hours from now. So I'll see you guys live in a bit. Oh, y'all still here?